Christmas arrived quietly that year, like a visitor unsure of her welcome. Jane noticed it first in the calendar. 12 days to Christmas, the red circle mocking her from the corner of her hostel wall. For 10 years, December had meant the same thing: silence, memories she didn't ask for, and the grief that refused to age with time. She had once loved Christmas, before Switzerland, before the snow-covered mountains swallowed her laughter, her parents' voices, her siblings' teasing joy, before a holiday vacation turned into a headline, a condolence message, and a lifetime scar. Now, back home in Nigeria, Christmas felt foreign, too loud, too cheerful, too alive. Jane planned to spend the holiday alone again, curtains drawn, phone switched off, until Mirabel happened. "Come home with me," Mirabel had said one afternoon in the university cafeteria, eyes bright, voice certain. "You shouldn't be alone this Christmas." Jane wanted to refuse. She always did. But something in Mirabel's warmth, unforced and stubborn, made the word no lose its shape. So with 12 days to Christmas, Jane followed Mirabel home. Mirabel's house was nothing like the peaceful holiday scenes Jane remembered. It was chaos. The gates barely closed before two boys ran past, screaming about a missing football. A little girl hung upside down from the staircase railing, laughing like gravity was optional. Someone burned rice in the kitchen. Someone else blamed the electricity. Mirabel's parents barely noticed Jane at first. Her mother shouted instructions without looking. Her father nodded absent-mindedly from behind a newspaper. They weren't gentle. They weren't careful. They weren't trying. And somehow that changed everything. Each day put Jane into something she didn't plan. On the first day, she helped Mirabel's siblings decorate a crooked Christmas tree with mismatched ornaments and paper stars. On the third, she learned to dodge flying pillows during spontaneous afternoon fights. By the fifth, she was laughing softly at first, then freely, when burnt pastries were still eaten for the spirit of Christmas. No one tiptoed around her sadness. No one asked her to be strong. No one watched her face for cracks. They let her exist. On the eighth day, Mirabel's little sister asked innocently, "Why don't you like Christmas?" Jane froze. But instead of silence, she found words. She told them about Switzerland, about snow and loss, and how joy once disappeared overnight. The room grew quiet, not heavy, just listening. Mirabel's mother reached for Jane's hand, her voice simple. "Christmas doesn't erase pain," she said. "It just reminds us we survived it." By the 12th day, the house glowed, not from decorations, but from togetherness. They sang off key, they prayed, they shared food that tasted like home. Jane stood in the middle of the noise, something warm settling where grief once ruled. Christmas didn't hurt as much anymore. She realized then that hope hadn't left her. It had only been waiting for laughter that wasn't perfect, waiting for love that didn't ask permission, waiting for a family that wasn't hers, yet opened their door anyway. That night, Jane smiled at the calendar. Christmas was no longer a reminder of what she lost. It had become a promise of what she could still find. And for the first time in 10 years, Jane looked forward to Christmas morning.